Nintendo and their nostalgic have been at odds as of late. Some clashes have erupted that have caused concern amongst some of the biggest faithful fans. Can today's show save this? Can it end the year on a good note rather than a sour one? Well, it really depends how big and bold the reveals are and how awesome the new Smash Bros. Character is. Now, my Pokemon and Animal Crossing fans, don't go anywhere. Make sure to buckle in because I got predictions for you, and I think we could be seeing a stealth appearance from either of these franchises at tonight's show. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Smash that like button. Let me know in the comments down below who you think it's going to be and what games you think are going to be revealed. Tonight is the Game Awards, Jeff Keighley's big show and the most respected award showcase for our industry. Nintendo always has some good things to throw out there, roll up their sleeves, and deliver the jokers like they did. Actually deliver Joker. They've got another Smash Bros. Character, but first, they're at odds with their community right now. Some weird things have taken place, primarily in the Smash Brothers sphere. Basically, there was a tournament taking place, and obviously with COVID, it couldn't be in person. The netcode isn't the greatest, so they found a way to use Project Slippy to make things run smoothly. Well, Nintendo considered this not okay. They considered it a mod, and they considered it an illegal version of the game, so they decided to cease and desist the Big House, the organization in the place that was responsible for this tournament. That pissed off a lot of fans, so much so that even Splatoon 2 players decided to use the hashtag #FreeMelee. And that made Nintendo uneasy, so they canceled their own Splatoon 2 tournament and said that it wasn't because of that, but it really was. Now, Nintendo's always had some strange ways of going about things of this sort. They adopt a very strict mentality when it comes to fan projects and, I guess, fan tournaments. My personal take is that this is a bad move. These people are trying to just enjoy your game, and they're a big community, and honestly a big part of why the Smash Bros. Franchise is as successful and popular as it is. There's no way that a game gets this much love without its most hardcore fans, so upsetting them for just trying to work around the circumstances of the year, especially given what 2020 has brought, a little more kindness could go a long way, Nintendo. A little more acceptance, a little more understanding. And then just because some Splatoon players were supporting this cause, you decide to cancel that tournament as well. It just reeks of self-centeredness and being out of touch. In a year where Nintendo has really, I think, came through. Now, they didn't have an E3 presentation and the directs were absent, but they did deliver when all was said and done. Animal Crossing and its updates, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and a bunch of really cool indie titles, plus third-party partnerships that panned out before the calendar said goodbye. Immortals Phoenix Rising and Doom Eternal are fantastic ports. But this is not a good note. So we really need a big Game Awards showcase, and Jeff Keighley has revealed alongside Nintendo that the next Fighters Pass character will be showcased, unveiled today. And this is what I've got to say. I think it's the perfect opportunity to bring Crash Bandicoot and Crash 4 to the system. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they united a game announcement with a character reveal? Now, another candidate would be Travis Touchdown and the release date for No More Heroes 3. Both of these are my top two picks. I think they're the most likely. We know that NMH3 was supposed to come out in 2020, and instead it's been pushed to early 2021. So a date would be delicious, and Travis Touchdown just fits. He's a face that I think Nintendo would like to embrace. He is a sword wielder, and that just makes too much sense for Super Smash Bros. Now, Crash is a character that has been teased and touted many times, not by Nintendo officially, but by all of those leakers. Now, he's never officially entered the arena, but what a great get it would be, right? We've got Minecraft, we got Banjo, Crash Bandicoot would help round this roster out into unbeatable levels. It's probably already there, but Crash just makes it that much sweeter. Now, Crash Bandicoot 4 released a month or so ago, and it did not hit Switch. But Activision has brought their Crash and their Spyro, their games to Nintendo platforms to success. The Insane Trilogy port and the Crash Team Racing port and the Spyro Reignited port were all fantastic ports, so it makes sense that we would get Crash Bandicoot 4 eventually on Switch. In fact, some of the files on the game's website indicate that it is coming and is happening. So this would be a brilliant moment, because the Game Awards are all about unifying all players, all bases, all consoles, all manufacturers, all developers. They did Joker from Atlas and brought Persona into the fray. Today would be a perfect opportunity to bring Crash to Nintendo. We saw Kratos go to Fortnite recently, and Jeff Keighley loves to have Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony all playing nice and shaking hands, so my money is probably on Travis Touchdown. It makes too much sense, and it does have more of an Eastern flair, but I think Crash is right up there. Now, if you want to be real crazy, I would love to see Nintendo shock the world and do Brewster plus a Brewster update. Nintendo didn't bring a whole bunch of stuff in Q4 to Animal Crossing save for the holidays, but what better treat underneath the tree than Brewster and his roost? Plus, he'd be a fantastically fun character to introduce to Smash Brothers, elevating Animal Crossing as it has sold 30 million copies, give or take. I think also he'd be a unique character that no one's predicting, and that's always the most fun, when you get somebody that they can't quite call. We all thought that Steve would hit eventually, even though it was a surprise to some, and we knew that Banjo was one that everyone wanted. Brewster is off the hidden path. He's off the radar. As long as it's not Ryu from Ninja Gaiden, as long as it's not Dante from Devil May Cry, I'll be okay. I know there's big fans from those franchises, but they're obvious selections that have had scuttlebutt for years now, and I'd love to see Nintendo deliver one of their own characters. Well, I do believe it will be a third party because that's the way they seem to go with these fighter passes. I'd love to see Geno, even though that's been predicted. And more importantly, I'd love to see Brewster because he's my boy. Or maybe a new Pokemon. We know that Snap 2 is hitting the Switch in 2021, so perhaps they'd like to double down and promote that game a little bit. I think if you're going to look at Nintendo characters, those are the ones that make sense. But again, I still lean towards the third party reveal. Now, Nintendo needs to home run this selection because isn't it ironic that the community they irritated was the Smash community, and the community that's guaranteed to get some airtime during the Game Awards, once again, Smash Brothers. So it must be a great reveal. If it's a bummer, this thing is going to plummet faster than this summer, which seemed to go in an instant. We couldn't even really do a whole lot. It's good to be protective, though, and I hope Nintendo is protective of their mindshare. They've had such goodwill this generation. I don't want to see it erode. So give us some other announcements as well. I predict we will get another trailer. I don't think it'll be anything legendary. I definitely don't think Metroid Prime 4 is ready. And while I would love to see a new IP announced, I bet we either get a Breath of the Wild 2 tease, because that game has to be in 2021. Now, Nintendo might want to save it for themselves, maybe an early year direct as like the, oh, one more thing type trailer. But I could see it happening at the Game Awards. Jeff Keighley has a lot of pull, it's a big show, and it would get people incredibly amped for next year. Now, maybe they also want to bring a little Mario madness. It is the 35th anniversary of our favorite plumber, Mario Sports. It's something that seems inevitable for 2021. Whether it's golf or soccer, I'm not quite sure, but I think we're going to get one of those next year. And maybe even Mario Party 2, Super Mario Party 2. The first game wasn't the best of the party packages, but it did deliver in terms of the sales department, and a lot of players had a lot of fun, so I'm sure they are ready to iterate on that one. Pie in the sky, I'd love them to announce the Switch Pro. It doesn't seem like the right time, especially with holiday sales just absolutely cruising. But wouldn't it be remarkable if Nintendo delivered their 4K system to say, Sony and Microsoft, you got Cyberpunk, you got Demon's Souls, Halo Infinite is coming out some decade, but we got the Switch Pro, and it's perfect for Monster Hunter Rise. It's going to be ready for Breath of the Wild 2, and whatever else Nintendo is ready to reveal. But most importantly, they gotta hit that Smash Bros. Reveal. It's gotta be a big one with a cool trailer, and hopefully a release date that surprises us all. In fact, what if it came out tonight? Nintendo is a big fan of surprise drops, so I would not be surprised to see them reveal an indie game, the Smash Bros. Fighter, or maybe even an eShop title of their own to drop tonight. That would be remarkable, and it would go a long way to them securing the victory out of all of the announcements. But there's also the potential that Nintendo has not much. We know they'll have the Smash Brothers reveal, but given the pandemic and given the push from Bravely Default 2 in 2020 to 2021, No More Heroes 3 to 2021, we could just see retreads, and that would be completely plausible. Fingers crossed that they do deliver an exciting announcement, and I bet it's either Breath of the Wild, Mario Sports, or maybe a bunch of dates. But if it's dates, they better be exciting trailers. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for that Brewster reveal and an Animal Crossing update. Hey, what if they even delivered some paid DLC reveal here? That would be ridiculous and probably unlikely, but one can dream. Just make it right with the Smash community so we can end this year in peace and harmony. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Smash that like button if you're ready for the show. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. I love you guys a lot. Cannot wait to see what Nintendo brings, and I got you covered once they do. Until that time, everybody, thanks again. SwitchForce out.